Hello again, Struck Club. Today I'm continuing with bringing you some builds, some theory crafts, pre-launch theory crafts for Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. This one I've called the Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter is a mix between Spore Warden and Spellshot, centered around the Spore Warden capstone, building around the skill called Play the Angels. And it's also taking advantage of a Bounty of the Hunt for cooldown rate for the action skill, because you see there's a lot of things about it's a gun damage about this build that's gun damage based. So I've tried to make this a gun spamming build. I decided not to focus on the companion aspects, but rather on the gun and spell slinging. But it's not like the spell slinger build from yesterday, it's more gun centric, and again, Play the Angels. I hope you enjoy this. Buckle up and let's go. So the Bounty Hunter. Very interesting and fun setup, and I can't wait to see what gear I can synergize with that build. Keep in mind again, we are only focusing on the skills and stats because we don't have any information, at least I don't have any information about the items that exist in the game, about the anointments / chaotic affixes that will exist in chaos levels that we can farm. So we'll see how it goes. I focused on getting action skill cooldown rate, crit hit chance and a bit of crit hit damage. I didn't feel the need to get spell cooldown rate. I thought action skill cooldown rate would be more useful. I thought that Barrage will be a good fit, because we are taking that ability damage thing. But Blizzard is also a decent thing. And who knows, if you feel like slinging spells, you can also go ambihextrous. You have a good set of skills. I recommend trying this with Barrage first, because of the way it would help with clear out the whole room. It's very good for multiple targets, Barrage. And I think for single target, maybe Blizzard or one of the Spellshot action skills would be a better choice for bosses. Because arrows can ricochet twice between nearby enemies from Barrage. And you fire 7 arrows, so that's like 14 hits. Actually not 14, 21 hits, because I think it will hit once, ricochet one time, ricochet second time. And it will be amazing, I think. And it has multiple charges, so you can actually probably do it twice or 3 times. We'll see. Maybe there's gonna be items that will give you extra charges to Barrage, who knows. And increases to gun damage apply to damage dealt by Barrage, and since we are that type of a build and we'll be stacking gun damage increases, I think it will be a solid choice. I wonder if Barrage counts as gun damage crit when Barrage crits. We'll see. And there's more ricochets from Play the Angels. Gun crit hits can have a chance to ricochet, dealing reduced ability damage to a nearby enemy. Ricochet shots have a small chance to ricochet an additional time. So Bounty of the Hunt action skill cooldown rate increased for a brief duration. And we have action skill and spell cooldown rate from Font of Mana here. I think those are a must-have thing. Then this one, a portion of all bonuses the Fate Maker receives to spell damage is applied to their guns. So that means a portion of this, where was it? Well, it's not in the skill tree, but a portion of the spell damage bonuses you get from items will be applied to the guns, and it will stack with all the other bonuses we have to gun damage, like this one, which again I think it's a must-have as maxed out. And then this one, gun crit hit chance is increased, companion crit hit chance is increased. We care about the gun crit hit chance. We've not taken crit hit chance, we've not taken a spell cooldown rate as I mentioned, but we've taken max crit hit chance, that's 40% from here. And there's probably gonna be, I'm not sure how much from here, but my guess is it's gonna be either 15, 5 times 3, or 25. which is 5 times 5, although it could be 20, but I think it will be 3 or 5 per point. We'll see. We will see how much this is. In the worst case, it will be probably 15, and that's still gonna be a good solid stack with that 40%, and that's excluding any bonuses from gear. Something that's optional, Spore Cloud, and another thing that's optional, Medicinal Mushroom. If you're playing solo, you would probably want those. This one takes the aggro off of you by taunting. This one makes it so it can revive you if you end up dying. If it becomes a thwack on launch of Borderlands 3 situation where companion builds are worthless, then you might want to reconsider those points and put them elsewhere. Companion HP and companion damage increase. Optionally, you can put points here. I put it as 0 because, again, we are not a companion build right now. 1 point here, Quiver of Holding. Magazine size increase. The Fate Maker's currently equipped weapon regenerates ammo over time. That ammo regeneration is why I put it. I don't know if the ammo regeneration increases per point. If it does, max it out, maybe sacrifice some points from elsewhere. And speaking of sacrificing points, this one is put as 0. You might want to put a point here if you sacrifice a point from elsewhere. And if you aim down sights a lot. I normally don't aim down sights much because I'm bad at holding my gun and aiming properly, especially with snipers and stuff. But it's good because it gives you gun damage and damage reduction. Headhunter, in my opinion, gun damage dealt to critical hit areas is increased. I think it's good. And again, it will stack with things like this one with magic bullets. But this is also another optional thing. You might end up sacrificing this to put another point here. You might also want to sacrifice Wrath of Nature, although I put it as a 1 point. It's still blue, that means it's not static, that means it's flexible. Whenever the Fate Maker deals ability damage to an enemy, the affected enemy takes increased damage from all sources for a duration. Which is also another skill you might want to max out if you sacrifice something else. Let's say you remove those points here, you put points there. So 1 point here and here goes over here, or you can put those points here and then remove that point, put it there, and then maybe remove a point from let's say you remove a point from the gun damage, from a crit chance, because you probably have plenty of crit chance already from items, and then you put another point here. It's flexible, it's a flexible build and it's nice. Playing the Angels, we already read what it does. It's solid, we are building around this in any case. And yeah, this one is optional. You don't need those points, to be honest. But reloading faster and having faster fire rate will work in your favor. It will work in your favor in such a build. So yeah. The faster you're firing, the faster you would end up reloading, and if your reload speed is not good enough, then you would have a lot of downtime. That's why if you have good fire rate, you need to have good reload speed. You might want to focus on maybe one-tapping this and putting points here, or maybe even just doing that. But someone might want to just not put many points there and just go for maybe spell critical, like that, or maybe even like that. And that's still not a bad choice. But you do need 2 points either here, or maybe 1 point in each, so that you can get a total of 5, so you can unlock this one and this one. I mean, you might even want to go for glass cannon, but I would advise against going for glass cannon for this build. You're focusing on gun, not spell stuff with this build. So maybe something like this would be acceptable, to go like that, and then maybe like that with the remaining points. Again, there are ways to modify the build, and the way I decide to do it is like this. Make it your own. And I think that's pretty much the summary of the Bounty Hunter. Can't wait to see the items that we can synergize with that build, and see what crazy stuff the build would be capable of. Obviously, I'll be reworking all my theory crafts, all my pre-launch theory crafts. I will rework to match synergies with items once I see what those good items are. Keep in mind you can subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button to not miss out notifications for more Wooter and not so Wooter content like this one or others like builds and guides. There's also memberships on my channel, which is a monthly recurring payment that you can cancel at any time, which will grant you access to special perks like emotes or badges made by me, as well as the option to ask me one-on-one for tutorials on Discord about Photoshop, Premiere and After Effects, just the basics though. Thanks again for watching all the way until the end, Struck Weapon. Till next time and goodbye.